Who do you think is the best skillful player in football? Now, that's a question that can ignite countless debates. Is it the player with the most goals, or perhaps the one with the most assists? Or maybe it's the player who can execute the most spectacular tricks with the ball. As we dive into this discussion, let's keep an open mind considering players from all positions and leagues. We will explore this topic today, comparing some of the top football players and their skills. Before we dive into comparing players, let's define what we mean by skills in football. Skills in football are the specific abilities that a player possesses, which allows them to excel on the pitch. They are the foundation of every player's game, the tools they use to outwit their opponents and delight their fans. Let's start with speed. This is the ability of a player to move quickly across the pitch, whether it's sprinting towards the goal or tracking back to defend. Then we have agility, which allows a player to change direction quickly and fluidly, often leaving defenders in their wake. Ball control is another vital skill. It refers to a player's ability to receive a pass or dribble the ball with precision. A player with excellent ball control can keep the ball close to their feet while moving at speed, making it difficult for defenders to dispossess them. Shooting is the ability to accurately strike the ball towards the goal, while passing is the skill of distributing the ball accurately to a teammate. Both of these skills require a high level of technical ability and decision-making. Finally, defending. This skill involves preventing the opposition from scoring by intercepting passes, winning tackles, and positioning oneself effectively on the pitch. Now that we understand the different skills involved, we can start comparing some of the top players. First up, we have player A. Picture for a moment a player who moves with an agility that defies the norm, who manipulates the ball as if it were an extension of his own body. That, my friends, is player A. His innate understanding of the game, combined with his exceptional technical skills, makes him a force to be reckoned with on the pitch. One of player A's most notable strengths is his ability to weave through defenders with ease. His uncanny knack for finding gaps in the tightest of defenses is nothing short of extraordinary. It's as if he has a sixth sense, an uncanny ability to predict the movements of his opponents and use them to his advantage. This skill, coupled with his impressive speed, makes him a constant threat to any team he faces. Player A's ball control is another facet of his game that deserves recognition. It's not just about keeping the ball away from opponents, but also about creating opportunities for his team. With the ball at his feet, he's a master conductor, orchestrating the game with precision and flair. But like all players, player A is not without weaknesses. While his attacking prowess is undeniable, his defensive contributions can sometimes leave much to be desired. He tends to focus heavily on the offensive aspect of his game, which can sometimes leave his team exposed at the back. Moreover, his decision-making can occasionally be questioned in high-pressure situations. He has been known to make rushed decisions that can turn the tide of a match. But these are areas that can be improved with experience and continued development. So there you have it, a brief overview of player A. His speed, agility, ball control, and attacking mindset make him a formidable adversary on the pitch. But his defensive lapses and occasional poor decision-making remind us that he's human after all. Player A certainly brings a lot to the table, but how do they compare to player B? Next, we have player B. Now, this player is a force to be reckoned with on the football field. Their playing style is unique, and they have a knack for making the impossible seem possible. They're a beacon of skill, and it's not hard to see why. Player B's strengths lie primarily in their agility and speed. They're lightning fast on the field, often leaving opponents in the dust. Their footwork is something to behold. It's like they're dancing with the ball, weaving through defenses with grace and precision. Take, for example, that game in 2022 where they single-handedly outmaneuvered 4 defenders to score a spectacular goal. It was a display of sheer brilliance, a testament to their speed, agility, and control of the ball. However, as with all players, player B has their weaknesses. Their defensive skills, while not bad, could use some improvement. They have a tendency to focus too much on the offense, often leaving their team vulnerable to counterattacks. Additionally, their physical strength isn't as high as some other players in the game. This sometimes leads to them being out-muscled in challenges, especially against more physically imposing opponents. Comparing player B to player A, it's clear that they both have their own unique sets of skills and weaknesses. Player A's defensive prowess and physical strength contrast with Player B's speed and agility. While Player A is a wall, difficult to break through, Player B is like the wind, hard to catch. They both bring something different to the table and their styles complement each other well. It would be a dream to see them play together, combining Player A's strength and defensive skills with Player B's speed and finesse. Player B also has impressive skills, but how do they stack up against Player C? To find out, stay tuned as we delve into our next player comparison in the quest to determine who is the best player of skills in football. Scene script. Finally, we have Player C. Let's start with the strengths. Player C is a master of ball control. His ability to keep the ball close to his feet, even when moving at breakneck speed, is truly a sight to behold. This gives him an edge over many of his peers, including Player A and Player B. It's this skill that allows him to weave through a defense like a needle through fabric, leaving spectators and opponents alike in awe. Player C's striking power is another advantage. With a kick that can send the ball rocketing towards the goal, he's a constant threat to any team. Compared to Player B, who relies more on finesse and precision, Player C's raw power can often be a game changer. However, no player is without their weaknesses, and Player C is no exception. His defensive skills, for one, leave something to be desired. Unlike Player A, who is known for his balanced gameplay, Player C's focus on offense often leaves his team exposed. His tendency to push forward can at times leave gaps in the defense that can be exploited by the opposition. Another area where Player C falls short is his consistency. While he certainly has the potential to be a game changer, his performances can be erratic at times. One game he might be the star of the show, and the next, he might struggle to make an impact. This is in stark contrast to Player B, who might not have the same explosive potential but is consistently reliable. In conclusion, Player C is an extremely gifted footballer with an offensive prowess that few can match. However, his defensive shortcomings and lack of consistency can sometimes hold him back. Compared to Player A's balanced gameplay and Player B's reliability, Player C brings a different, more aggressive style to the table. After comparing Player A, B, and C, it's time to draw some conclusions. We've analyzed the skills of Player A, B, and C, and now it's time to decide who is the most skillful player in football. Let's jog our memory a bit. We started by delving into the world of Player A, whose unparalleled agility and speed made him a formidable force on the field. His ability to weave through the defenders, shrugging off challenges like a ballet dancer pirouetting around obstacles, is nothing short of phenomenal. Yet, his lack of consistency and occasional dips in form have raised a few eyebrows. Moving on to Player B, we discussed his technical prowess and his uncanny ability to read the game. His vision on the field is akin to a chess grandmaster, always thinking several moves ahead. But his slower pace compared to his peers and the scarcity of spectacular solo goals in his career have been points of contention in crowning him the most skillful. Lastly, we explored the world of Player C. His raw power, coupled with his exceptional ball control, has often left spectators and opponents alike awestruck. However, his tendency to over-rely on his physical attributes has sometimes led to a lack of finesse in his play. Each player, with their unique set of skills and shortcomings, has added a different flavor to the beautiful game of football. But who, among these three titans, stands out as the most skillful? This is a question that has stirred debates worldwide and has seldom found a unanimous answer. In the spirit of sparking more conversations and keeping the love for the game alive, here's my take. In my opinion, the most skillful player in football is Player B. His intellectual approach to the game and his technical brilliance are, for me, the epitome of skill in football. But remember, everyone has their own opinion, and that's what makes football such a dynamic and interesting sport. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments below.